What is up, everybody? It is Kellen here from Start Your Systems, and welcome back to another edition of Track Walk in MX Simulator, where today we're going to be playing the 2022 Red Bull Straight Rhythm by Timor331 on the forums. It's been a little while since I've done a MX Simulator track walk, so hopefully my playability is not terrible, but this is going to be really cool to check out this track. Obviously, the first time they did Red Bull Straight Rhythm at the beach, Huntington Beach in California, and of course, we had to do it while riding two-strokes. I'm on a YZ250 two-stroke here, and we're going to go back down and try to do a few runs here. I am playing in time trial mode, so I can at least reset and go back to the beginning every single time. But I had to mess with the timing gates a little bit, so unfortunately, like if you tried this out yourself to play it in time trial mode, you would need to mess with the timing gates yourself to actually get it to reset right back on the starting line every single time. So I'll always be in this left lane. Maybe I'll jump over to the right lane a couple times, but we're just going to try to get, I don't know, like a few clean runs down this track. I'm going to do my best not to crash. I'm going to do my best to show off all the features of the track. We're going to try to get down all the way to the other end of this track without crashing every single time, which I don't expect to happen. I do feel like I'm going to crash quite a bit, but so far so good with this run. I don't have the ability to check what time I'm putting down, but this is not my best run so far because I didn't get the triple there in that second rhythm section as we're skipping through the whoops a little bit. Got down to the end though and over the finish line jump, so I'm pretty stoked first run through to get an actual clean run right there. That was pretty cool, but then we just back up and we're on the gate again. The little like grate area that Timor has put up here is really grippy, so even on a 252 stroke, it seems pretty easy to kind of like loop out on it. My solution to that is starting in second gear, lean back, and then when I drop the clutch, I lean forward to keep the front end down. That's a method a lot of pros will even use sometimes on a, like a stickier version of a starting gate. It's not very common in the pro races that we see that anymore, but there used to be some races that the track crew would put out and they'd have a really, really grippy starting line. So sometimes you would see us old pros do that little lean back method. I think even a few guys even do that as their main method still to keep the front end planted. But how about this? 2 for 2 in runs right here. As long as I can get through the whoops clean, which is always a kind of hit or miss moment, but we did get through them. We kind of swapped through them a little bit. I got 2 runs done, but I still have not got the fully clean run down just yet. Because I still haven't got... I got the second rhythm section that time, but I don't think I got, what was it, the first rhythm section right here, which is what I'm trying to do is down the backside of this guy. You go over this table, triple onto this table, step off and double. I cannot do the quad line that Josh Hansen was doing for some reason. I don't know. It's just a little bit too hard on a 252 stroke in this game, and then I just ruined that section again. We'll go back and try again. But really cool the way that he's put this together. I feel like it's pretty close to realistic from what I remember of being there in person and watching it obviously on Red Bull TV and ESPN. Really cool event that they had there in Huntington Beach. Jason Wygant, Daniel Blair commentating it. Marvin Muscan remained perfect, winning every single race that he was in. Eliminated Ken Roxon in the finals. Josh Hansen, Justin Barsha, Aaron Plessinger, Cooper Webb. A lot of top-level talent was there, so it was really pretty awesome to see. Justin Barsha, just to name a few. And yeah, it was awesome to see it at the beach as well, because every other Red Bull Straight Rhythm before this was done at the Pomona Fairplex, which it's not a bad venue whatsoever. But it was just even that like more special to be like right on the boardwalk. The waves are crashing in the background. You're right downtown, or right near downtown LA-ish a little bit. It's like a 30-minute drive or so from there. Unique environment for sure. Never thought I'd see 2-stroke dirt bikes on the beach in California in this day and age, but hey, Red Bull goes all out, and it sounds like they spent a lot of money to make this happen, so kudos to them for continuing to try to push the bar and make something unique for us moto fans to get excited about. And I feel like this is one of those events that a lot of people that are not necessarily like your core moto fans, like the ones that just kind of I hate to say casually tune in, but maybe they'll flip through the channels and catch a supercross race now and again. This is one of those races that I feel like interests them. You look at like YouTube views of popular motocross videos, and even like Red Bull Straight Rhythm runs in the past have been quite popular. And when I do videos in this game on Red Bull Straight Rhythm, it seems like a lot of you guys are also stoked to see those videos as well. So really interesting to see the kind of like genesis of how Red Bull Straight Rhythm came to be and how it's come to be more of like a little bit of a popular niche staple of our industry. And the fact that we get like world-class athletes to come out and race it and do it on 2-strokes as well is pretty gnarly, because none of those guys have raced supercross on 2-strokes. I guess Josh Hansen may have, but I believe when he debuted, he was riding a Red Bull KTM 250F by that point in time. But for the most part, you don't usually get guys that race professionally on two-strokes out racing it, and you get these guys like Muscan and Roxon and Barsha and all this other stuff that, they've been racing 450s for like a decade at this point too. So it's really hard for them to make that transition to get comfortable on a bike that, it's going to bog a little bit. And the KTM guys even said that they had to ride it in a lower RPM to make sure that it wouldn't cut out and some stuff like that. So really unique to hear the ins and outs of them trying to make it actually work on this racetrack. But cool nonetheless that they do it, and really cool the industry to respond and actually be a part of it instead of just kind of shun it as another like weird oddball event that only a handful of guys show up to. But obviously Red Bull is huge in our industry. Red Bull pays a lot of money to a lot of athletes and a lot of events as well. So, it kind of makes sense that they also pour a lot of money into their athletes for this one, get them out there, get the teams excited about it that they support. And obviously the teams that they support, I think, are going to, always take a little bit of an extra step to try to be a part of this event as well, because they know how big Red Bull is to their programs, whether it's KTM or Gas, or any team that also is associated with Red Bull. Like Kenny Roxon, for example, he's not on a team currently, but he's been a Red Bull athlete forever and had a Yamaha built for him just to be able to race this event. Like stuff like that is awesome, and it's cool to see that the industry is still behind this event after all these years, because it's been a long time of Straight Rhythm. We're at I think that was the 7th time they've ever done it, but it's at basically like year 9, so to speak, because they did the event first in 2014, and then they skipped 20 and 21. So this would have been the 9th Red Bull Straight Rhythm ever, but it was the 7th, and it's changed a little bit over the years. Obviously, the new location at Huntington Beach, but then going to two strokes, the 125 class as well was really unique, and then they've had legends come out like Pastrana, and he races like a 500, and it used to be like a run what you brung kind of thing, but now it's a little bit more kind of buttoned down to that 250, 125 class. Like it's definitely changed around, but they're always trying to do something to keep the interest level high and keep people excited about it. And this year was no exception to that. So always excited to see the event, always excited to see how it breaks down and how it races. And awesome of Timor to kind of recreate the track so we can play it for us in this game. It's such a unique challenge, I feel like, in this game to race 252 strokes as well, because it's very similar to real-life motocross and supercross. Like, 252 strokes were never meant to be a bike that was a race bike, I guess, in this game. Like, JLV, the game creator, initially released this game, and I think he had the 252 strokes in it, or maybe he had... I'm trying to remember, right? Maybe he had just the 125s and 250Fs at that point, but he did not have 450s until 2011. So that was a 3-year journey of him getting 450s in the game, and that was designed to increase the competition a little bit and create a better racing scene, so that there's a 250 and 450 class and not just one premier 250F class and stuff like that. And the 252 strokes have long been forgotten about. Like, I think I've only maybe raced a 252 stroke in this game. Oh man, I don't even know. Less than 10 times probably. And it was always a fun time doing it, but it definitely was never on a supercross track. So it's a really unique challenge to try to get like the rhythm lanes right and time everything correctly. And, it has less engine braking, so you can't rely as much on shifting down and just letting the gears do the work for you. You have to do a lot of the kind of braking yourself. And they're really hard to scrub on too, at least for me. I don't think everybody has that problem. It's probably just my lack of ability in the game, but it's not easy for sure to get a good clean run on them whatsoever. So let's try to end this video up here with an actual good clean run all the way through, where we go over this table. I'm not going to get that triple on though. Nah, a little bit short. I want to try to get one full clean run off here though. So off the top, over these rollers, carry some speed, get to this wall jump, check up. Like I said, I can't really scrub, so apologize in advance for making it look awful. But yeah, I'm just doing the Travis Pastrana lines, all right? Pastrana, for as talented as he was on a dirt bike, never really figured out how to whip or scrub, and he's the first one to admit that. So I'll just be right there with him. I don't know how to do it in this game anymore for some reason. We're good through that first rhythm section. Second wall jump, downside that, and then this is kind of tricky because you have to like check up to just perfectly downside that double in, pop this triple in third gear, again third gear, land in fourth gear to get up and over this big jump. That I called it the bathroom jump because it actually jumped over a real bathroom, but in this one it's just a big tabletop. Get those step-on-offs cleanly, triple to the double right here, and one final wall jump. You want to land down the backside of this one clean, shift into fourth gear, get on that rear tire, let the bike work underneath you, and that's a pretty good, clean run to end the video, so I'm stoked with it. That is a look at the Red Bull Straight Rhythm 2022 track by Timor 331. If you guys want to download this track, be sure to check it in the description below. Download it for yourself, have a little bit of fun. Maybe get online with your buddies and play it. And yeah, enjoy yourself. A little bit of Red Bull Straight Rhythm action today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you want to ask any more questions, get involved in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next one. So long for now.